And so one of the things that I had to really strive with some of those team members was that we've got to change our habits. Because, as Charles Noble said, first we make our habits, but then our habits make us. And habits are very difficult to form, but they're even harder to break. How many of you guys would agree breaking habits is very hard? Yeah. And it's tough because you get such in a routine that it's just comfortable. You do things, you're comfortable with it. I want you guys to do something for me real quick. I want you guys to take your arms and cross them. All right? Everybody's got their arms crossed? Now, look down. Do you have your right hand over your left or your left hand over your right? Here's some right over lefts. Here's some left over rights. So, as you can see, there's no right or wrong way to do cross your arms, is it? Now, what I want you to do is switch it. Put your other arm on top. Can you do it? It's tough, isn't it? And it's very uncomfortable, right? Because you know why? Because since we were little kids, we've been crossing our arms and saying, I don't want to, Mom. I don't want to do that. Well, you know, like I said, you can look around, and it doesn't matter if you do right over left or left over right. There's no right or wrong way to do it. The reality of it is that's just your habit. You're comfortable doing it the way you've always done it. But sometimes we just need to change our habits. And I guess I should have taken this on the slide after I've been here. You guys have been preparing lunches for a long time. There's a lot of people that have got a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom in this program, just as I've seen this morning. Now, what's going to happen if you have to put the fruit or vegetable in the main portion of the tray? You guys are going to freak out? Are you going to freak out? That's not where it goes. That's where the pizza goes. That's where the cheeseburger goes. But, you know, with these new requirements, depending on our menus for certain days, it might be that the fruit or vegetable goes in that main compartment. And just as crossing your arms is uncomfortable, and that's not the way we've always done it, it doesn't necessarily mean, just because it's uncomfortable, that it's wrong. Oh, and one thing that we can do to start changing our habits is make small, subtle changes. So, I'm a numbers person. For anybody who doesn't follow the newsletter, I love working with numbers. So, I put this together. And how many of you guys think you could walk 65 miles? Yes. Good. We've got some people who are in shape. I like seeing that. Excellent. Well, one of the things that when I started putting numbers together and looking, if the average person walks 3 miles an hour when they go for a walk. If we would walk 5 minutes a day, and only 5 days a week, I'm not even going to give you the weekends off, at the end of the year, you would have walked 65 miles. The difference is that a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit, we don't document our small victories. But if you look at this chart too, if you could work your way up to 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week, 390 miles a year you'd be walking. And, you know, again, these are just small changes, but when you document them and you write down your achievements, they really do add up to make big goals. One of my favorite quotes I heard on a podcast one day is, someone said, there wasn't one cookie that made you X number of pounds overweight. There's also not one pill that's going to make you X number of pounds lighter. It's been small changes, small habits that we've done that have got us to where we are today. And if we want to change where we are, we've got to figure out new habits that are going to slowly and smallly get us back to those new goals that we've